So yeah, Snow 3 is like, I feel like it's gonna be a very unexpected sound if you had put me in a box as a listener, and if anybody had thought, oh, he makes like this type of music, this is definitely gonna surprise you, because this is the kind of shit that would have made our younger selves really proud and happy. You know what I'm saying? And I know there's a lot of people out there who might feel the type of way with like, oh, he makes like the butterfly kind of sound or the pink album cover kind of vibes, and this one is like ratchet. And just honestly, that's how I can think about it. Is like it's an expression of things I've been through, things that I go through, and insecurities, fantasies, and realities. And yeah, man, like just having fun and really being petty in a way, but in a like safe Scorpio way that just makes me feel okay to express. And that album is fun, it's energetic, and it's here. You know what I'm saying? It's in your face, and that is all my other stuff has been kind of ethereal, like within its way of like it's almost dreamy. Like this is very cut through the butter, like in your grill type shit. So, but it's just fun and light at the same time.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. You mentioned something in there, man, and I wanna roll right into that. This next project, partly encapsulating, some insecurities in your past.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say are some of those like insecurities when you think about them that are brought to the forefront in this next drop?
Yeah, like probably the insecurity of being alone on like the level of like just hooking up with people type shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people casually date besides pleasure. I mean, I guess like, or besides companionship. I guess that's deeper, I talk to brothers like you about shit like that to see, like, to understand and break that down and stuff. But like, man, I don't know. It's another insecurity, probably like the way you look, because I talk about fashion and like, there's a line where I say, let me back up. Status is probably one of the other insecurities. So like I said, there's a few lines where I say, on a track, I suck at titles and stuff, but and plus the title might be changed anyway. But I say, how many clothes do you have? How many hoes do you have? How many shows do you pack? And how many O's do you tax? And it's like that insecurity or that flashiness, the of status. You have to be flashy because your status is, you're insecure about your status. And so like, how many clothes do you have? You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's materialistic. How many O's do you tax? You know what I'm saying? It's just like that dominating feeling that we all almost crave naturally, but then also like that comes off naturally and not even on purpose. And so it's just like, being great can and it can bring a lot of hate. Honestly, I don't know how else to say that, but but also being humble can kind of push away that hate. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, this album isn't like a humble album, I would say, but off rip. But I made it in a humble space, headspace. But really wanted to have this expression encapsulated to show that kind of raw energy of I'm on top of the mountain or whatever the fuck. So, and I think that comes from like a insecurity of status. Originally, those type of energies and stuff like that. I think I made it though with the understanding, or I should say I released it. I'm releasing it with the understanding of this type of insecurity and how it flows through humans, but you know, specifically like the Black community in Africa and in America and other places and spaces, you know, and just like hip hop in general, this insecurity runs rabid.
Man, you're not lying about that. You're
So,
definitely not lying about that. I mean, you look at any like big mainstream artists, and the thing that is pushed the most with them is like that status, that image.
right.
But then you look at the back end of it. You look at that 360 deal, and it don't match. It don't match
At
what's
all.
being pushed. So
Right.
I definitely feel you on that, man. But to dive a little bit deeper into that, and talk a little bit more about status for you, what did that look like? That insecurity look like growing up?
Man. Boy, I was in hand-me-downs and shit, so I really was like learning about the insecurity. What it looked like to me was my peers, like who were, not all my peers, but you know, certain peers in certain grade schools in certain areas that I lived out, would inform me of these insecurities via bullying or talking shit or whatever the case, non-support. I feel like those childhood experiences of being taught these insecurities through, like I said, bullying or whatnot. That shit stuck with me, and I feel like the fact that I'm releasing this album is probably like it feels like every album I feel like I'm releasing attention for myself, and hopefully I can do the same for others. But this one specifically is like maybe an album for my bullies, like, you know, nigga, we made it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I feel. And like regardless, like I'm not gonna lie, you know what I'm saying? I'm not without, but you know, I definitely have a lacking sense of content or complacency. I don't have that. You know, I'm not complacent. I want more for myself and for my family and the abundance that I deserve. And so I definitely feel like I've won, but there's more to win. But for right now, like I can say like I've gotten rid of a good amount of insecurities, especially from my childhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this album is about. It's releasing that tension and just being like, yes, I did it, and it's a flex, and I'm gonna move on past that. That's what But yeah, Snow 3, it's actually the third in its series. You know, I released like a 1 and 2, which was like a mixtape series, and I decided to bump the third one to an album, to just be a part of an album. You know, like because I just feel like the Snow 1 and 2 were a very important part of my catalog for the small amount of people who listened to my SoundCloud back then. But this is kind of like an ode to them as well, like a homage, like thank you for listening. So I'm dropping Snow 3 publicly, commercially, and but yeah, it's like that release of tension, like I said. But yeah,
Most definitely.
To the bank, I'm finna go to the bank. To my job, I park it outside.